Yep, that was predictable. Still a good show, though. Hey, me Matt here, and just finished watching, well, I watched it a while ago, the Night of the Champions, or Night of Champions as it's actually called. Not Night of the Champions, but this was a pretty good show, and yes, it was a predictable one. And I mean, that's kind of what I said before. It's not in American soil, or North American, whatever. So, it almost seemed like, I mean, it still mattered, obviously. I haven't watched Raw just yet, so it is what it is. But, yeah, let's get to it. So, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match right away, and you have AJ Styles on SmackDown taking on Seth Rollins of Raw. And this was a really good match, and I had no doubt. I really didn't. I think this was gonna be a very good, insane match. I don't know, I feel like, yeah, it was predictable. You know, even though AJ did the cap crusher a few times. And it went to Seth. So, I mean, you have the match, it's over, Triple H comes out, very reminiscent of 2015, no, actually, 2012, when Seth won the NXT title for the first time. So, that was pretty cool. Triple H handing him the belt and then putting it on him. So, we'll see how well it goes. I mean, those two are both faces. I don't know why the brand split. It has happened, but once again, Seth is still one hell of a wrestler. Obviously, so is AJ Styles. But, yeah, again, watching Raw, it seemed like they were in the ring together, supporting each other, so who knows what's going to happen there. So I got the match with Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, of course. Becky coming out in her Uma Thurman Kill Bill uniform, and got Trish in the black with the pink stripes on, which I thought was very cool. You know, obviously the laws are very different in Saudi Arabia, unfortunately. This had to happen, but they still put on a hell of a match. And I mean, Trish as a heel and the way she carried herself was so high, it was so good. You know, I think that the way she, you know, taunted Becky and had her face the camera with, you know, that thing. And it was very cool to see that. And of course, you have near the end where Trish gets out of the ring. And you think somebody's under there, which obviously somebody was. Becky goes over, out comes Zoe Stark. So, well, these two are now a team. I hope it goes well. Hell, I hope they get the women's tag team titles. That'd be pretty fucking cool. But we'll see what happens. You have the Intercontinental title. Gunther obviously defeated Mustafa Ali. But I mean, Ali held his own. Obviously, you didn't know which way this was gonna be. And you almost had a sunset flip that turned into a powerbomb. But Gunther kicked out And he ended up, taking over, and he got the win. And is still your longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of the modern era. So, if the cards are right, from what I'm hearing, you will have Cody and Gunther for the Intercontinental title. I'm not quite sure when, but it'll happen. They're saying WrestleMania 40. I don't want to see that. But with the way the world's going nowadays, it'll be here before you know it, so there it is. You have the Raw Women's title, Bianca Belair and Asuka. This was a pretty good match too, and listen, I mean, their match at WrestleMania was awesome. Their match at Backlash was awesome. This match, it didn't really know which way it was gonna go, and there was a point where you have Asuka spray the mist when the referee had her back turned, and it missed Bianca Belair. So there was a point where Bianca was gonna go for the KOD, or whatever that move was called, and it got countered into an armbar from Asuka. And then, of course, she went for the KOD again, and Asuka had put the blue stuff on her glove and just put it all over Bianca, blinding her, and she got the win. So, I mean, look, it's like, okay, so let's say we waited till SummerSlam to take the belt off of Bianca. She would have had the Raw Women's title for 2 years. She won it back in 2021. She had the WrestleMania 38 with Becky. Oh wait, no, she beat Becky for the title, I think. No, fuck, now I can't remember. Well, anyways, that match happened. And then, of course, this year you have Bianca and Asuka. So, I mean, this was a good run for Bianca. Nothing to take away from her. And so, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think when you have a streak end, it's really hard to come back from that. In my opinion. Like, I mean, if Roman, or when Roman loses the WWE Universal title, I'm not quite sure if he'll ever come back from that. I don't think Bruno Sammartino did. I don't think Bob Backlund did. Or whoever. Obviously Hogan is Hogan. But it was a pretty good reign, in my opinion. And then you have SmackDown Women's Championship. Gonna need this. So let me see if I get this straight. So, you have Rhea Ripley coming out with Dominic. Don't know why he had to show up. You know, Judgment Day weren't there, just Dominic. You know, she comes out, she's got all black on, spikes. Pretty cool. Pretty fucking metal, obviously. Natalya comes out, she's got the Hitman, Neidhart stuff, whatever, you know, the pink beret, he's hugging people, taking pictures. Very cool. I agree with that. What the fuck? So, yeah, Natalya tried. But it was basically Rhea Ripley whipping the piss right out of Natalya. And then you get the Riptide. You get help from Dominic. One, two, three. And Rhea Ripley is still the SmackDown Women's title holder. Are you fucking serious right now? Natalya has been in the company for a better part of a decade. Yeah, she got the Divas title. Yeah, she got the Women's Tag Team titles. Not for very long, mind you. And you give her this treatment? I don't know whose cornflakes that she pissed in. Or farted in, for that matter. Fuck. The fact of the matter is she is a third-generation wrestler. She should not be treated like a chump. And yet you have her being carried out as the winningest wrestler, whatever the fuck that means. Winningest my ass! I tried so hard. I tried so hard to be a fan. Not even a fan. I tried so hard to believe in Natalya Neidhart. I really, really fucking do. And this is the thanks that I got! I don't really give a shit anymore. I don't give a shit whose fault it is. I really don't. Because at this point, she's 41 years old. If she doesn't get the fucking title now, I really don't give a fuck about her. Get her off my fucking screen. Fuck, she could go fuck off to AEW for all I give a shit. This is so fucking unbelievable. And for what? I just don't understand. This is really fucking ridiculous. And if I were Natalya, or fuck it, if I were Natalie Neidhart, I would fucking leave. Because at this point, going nowhere. I just don't fucking get it. Just fucking pathetic, that's all. I wish I understood why. What a waste of a match. Seriously. So now I have a singles match. I actually thought this was a fight. A street fight, if you will. You got Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. You know, that's the thing. I mean, there's a match they had at Backlash was very good. Cody won. This match, he really tried his best to beat Brock again. Brock did the Kimura a few times. And basically, Cody just passed out. So, I mean, it's like I said, it's time for a third match. The next pay-per-view, which Money in the Bank, let's see when this happens. I want to see what happens. Maybe those two can have a match, the third match, something like a, well, Hell in a Cell match or whatever, but make it special, obviously. Because, yeah, one guy won the first one, the other guy won the second one, so it's gotta be who's the better man. But, you know, I think it's a far cry from where Cody Rhodes was headed a few months ago, but it fucking is what it is, I guess. So, the last match you have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, or I guess as he's being known now as Solo. So, the story here, I guess, is that Sami wasn't allowed to show up last year, or he didn't show up, whatever. This year he comes in, and he's got a traditional white outfit on, and, you know, you have Roman introducing his team, you know, Sami and Kevin are about to be introduced, and Sami grabs the microphone and speaks Arabic, which I've heard he speaks fluent Arabic and French, so that's pretty cool. This match was pretty cool too. I mean, you didn't know what was gonna happen. It was kind of like, it could have went either way, and I'm glad that it went the way of Sami and Kevin, because I couldn't see Roman hold 3 belts or 4 belts, because I would have been fucking stupid. So, it still goes to show you how good Roman is at talking smack. You know, and it was a good match. You know, it was a point where Roman was in the ring, and he was basically, he wasn't even a legal man. But you have Kevin and Sami retaining titles. I'm not quite sure if this was, because I didn't see it, the show ran out for some reason, because I had taped it, so from what I can gather, you have Roman in Jay's face, and he's talking down to him, he's pieing him in the face a few times, which really let Jimmy off. So Jimmy super kicks Roman, and then Jay tries to talk sense into whatever, and Jimmy says, I should have did this a long time ago. Hell, you should have did this a long time ago. And then super kicks him again. So, the Usos are now, I'm assuming they're the bloodline, and it is imploding. Now you have Roman and Solo are still as a team. I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen. I mean, look, the bloodline have been together for, again, they've been together for a year. Then it started with Jay and Roman. Then it went to Jimmy. Then Solo came in from NXT. So, I mean, there's Sami as well. But I think with every good stable or faction, it has to come to an end at some point. And I guess, you know, I kind of think that it'll be interesting to see what happens at SummerSlam. I don't know when the belt will be taken off, the belts off of Roman, but this was a good show, and again, still have to watch NXT Battleground, but I'm sure that was a good show too. And yeah, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hi. So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. But you know, I think that there's this myth out there that Jamie Keller
Gnarly.
that's why he took pleasure in cutting WCW. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at some of his earlier interviews, like